Okay, first of all, good morning to everyone. So, in this last session, we seen about the what is geothermal energy, how the geothermal energy is formed, and how it can be utilized for the further applications, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the geothermal energy. So, in this session, we are going to see about. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in this session, we are going to see about the types of the geothermal energy or the uh, types of the geothermal resources. So, what are the resources of the geothermal energy? Mainly, there are four resources. So, first one is the hydrothermal energy resource, then geopressure, hot dry rock, and magma. So again, hydrothermal are classified into the three types. So we are going to see that one by one in detail. Okay, hydrothermal resources means what? So hydrothermal resources are formed or created where underground water has access to high temperature. That means suppose there is a water inside the rocks, and that rock has having a high temperature from the underground. That means that water is also getting heated because of that heat received by that rock. So that underground water is also get heated. So that water can be entrapped or that water can be collected uh, to further utilization. So this is nothing but what hydrothermal resources. There are such places uh, underground underground. That means inside the rocks. There is a some at some regions inside the rocks water is available. At some regions water is not available inside the rocks. So where water is available inside the rocks, at such places some amount out of some amount of the heat is transferred by the rocks that is coming from the center of the earth, that is coming from the magma. So that heat is absorbed by the that water, and the temperature of that water is getting increased, and that water can be accessed for further utilization. That means for the energy utilization or for creating energy, or furthermore that means for the space heating, etc. So that water can be accessed. So here is the image of the hydrothermal resources. So here you can see how that hydrothermal resources can be utilized. Here in cool water can be inserted from this point, and when that water is getting heated, that water can be extracted from this pipe. So the water circulation processes happened here, or instead of this open access so water reservoir, this pipe can be inserted from this place. So whatever the heat available by this coming from this hot rock or heat resources, that should be accessed by this water here, and that heated water can be utilized for the further applications. That means for the electricity generation or any other application. So this is the hydrothermal resource of the geothermal resource. Hydrothermal resource is nothing but what? It is the water, heated water available inside the ground. That means the underground. Are you understood this point, or should I repeat this again? Are you understood this point, or should I repeat this again? ओके, आय विल जस्ट रिपीट दॅट पॉइंट अगेन इन मराठी. जमिनीमध्ये काही प्लेसेस असे पण असतात जिथं खडकामध्ये पाणी पण अवेलेबल असतं. तर अशा प्लेसेस मध्ये आणि काही प्लेसेस असे असतात जिथून अंडरग्राऊंडची जी अंडरग्राऊंड मधून जी हीट अवेलेबल होते ती हीट फक्त खडक आहे त्या खडकांमध्येच अवेलेबल असते. आणि तो खडक काय करतो, त्याची हीट एनर्जी वॉटरला एक्झॅक्ट करतो. त्यामुळे जे वॉटर आहे अंडरग्राऊंड मध्ये ते वॉटर पण काय होतं, हीट होतं. आणि ते हिटेड वॉटर अंडरग्राऊंड मध्ये अवेलेबल असलेले हीटर वॉटर ड्रिलिंगची प्रोसेस करून ते हिटेड वॉटर फर्दर ऍप्लिकेशन साठी युटिलाइज करता येऊ शकतं. इन केस एनी वॉटर अवेलेबिलिटी साठी कोल्ड वॉटर इन्सर्ट केलं आणि ते हिटेड वॉटर परत त्यानंतर हिटेड वॉटर जे काय आहे ते कलेक्ट केलं तर जे काही हीट एनर्जी आहे ती युटिलाइज होऊन जाईल. म्हणजे अंडरग्राऊंड मध्ये इथे वॉटर रिझर्वायर आहे. इथून जे काही हॉट रॉक किंवा गरम झालेलं खडक आहे त्या गरम झालेल्या खडक पासून हीट एनर्जी ह्या वॉटरला भेटते आणि ते हिटेड वॉटर फर्दर ऍप्लिकेशन साठी आपण यूज करू शकतो. आणि ते वॉटर अवेलेबिलिटी मेंटेन करण्यासाठी कोल्ड वॉटर इथं इन्सर्ट करू शकतो. सो अशा टाइपच्या रिसोर्सेसला काय म्हणतात, हायड्रोथर्मल रिसोर्सेस असं बोललं जातं. I think my screen is not visible to you. Okay, this is about the hydrothermal energy resources. So next up, so inside these hydrothermal resources, again there are three types. So which are that three types? First one is the dry steam fields. Then second one is the wet steam field, or you can call it as dry steam fields or vapor dominated resources. So from that we can get only steam or vapor. So next is the wet steam fields or liquid dominated resource. So it is the combination of steam as well as liquid also. And the third one is the hot water resources. So hot water resources are nothing but what examples like गरम पाण्याचा झरा किंवा हॉट स्प्रिंग्स असं म्हणतो ना, तर ते हॉट वॉटर रिसोर्सेस झाले. So dry steam plants. So dry steam from the wells collected, filtered to remove abrasive particles and pass through the turbines. That means the at some places in underground. So in the underground, what the heated water is available in the underground is the temperature of that water is much higher. So the hello. So the temperature available inside the that rock of that water is much higher. So steam can be obtained from such type of the hydrothermal plant. So that steam can be utilized for the further process, but that steam can contain various unwanted particles or unwanted particles. So to remove that, some filtration should be applied because some amount of the hot rocks, minor particles can include in that steam. So to avoid such situation, filtration can be applied, and that steam can be passed for the further process. That means that steam can be passed to the turbine to rotate the turbine, and electricity is generated by rotating the turbine. So dry steam plants is nothing but what from that steam plant we are not collecting the heated water, we are just collecting the steam that we are getting from the underground water. So that steam, high pressure steam, can be utilized for the electricity generation. That's it from the dry steam plant. So the main difference is that in case of the geothermal dry steam plants, here no utilization of fuels is necessary. So in other conventional steam turbine generator, what we did or what we are doing, in such cases we are burning some amount of the fuel, that may be any fuel, coal or nuclear fuel. By burning that fuel or heating the water or creating steam, we are utilizing the or we are generating the electricity. But in case of the dry steam geothermal plants, we are not utilizing any type of the fuel, just we are collecting or utilizing whatever the steam coming from the underground, that utilization of the dry steam for the electricity generation. So there is one disadvantage in case of the dry steam plant. The pressure available from dry steam plants is not that much as compared to the fossil fuels or conventional type of the resources. So the second type from the hydrothermal resources is wet steam fields or liquid dominated resources. So just we seen the dry steam resources. Now we are going to see the wet steam fields. I just want to ask some questions to you. ड्राय स्टीम आणि वेट स्टीम मध्ये काय डिफरन्स आहे? व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन ड्राय स्टीम अँड वेट स्टीम? So who will tell me the difference of the dry steam and wet steam? So in case of the dry steam, what we are doing in case of the dry steam, directly steam from the underground can be absorbed for further applications. But in case of the wet steam, what we are doing, wet steam is a mixture of steam and liquid water. That means the instead of only steam, in case of the wet steam plant, what we are doing, steam as well as liquid water is available in case of the wet steam fields. So wet steam field contains pressurized water that is above boiling point. That means the uh, pressurized water is available in that filter, and the temperature of that water is above 100 degrees Celsius. So when the water is pumped to the surface, that means when that water is pulled up to the surface or pulled on the earth surface, the that what steam coming from that water is utilized for the further applications. That means the जे अंडरग्राउंड ला वॉटर अवेलेबल असते त्याचे टेम्परेचर मोर दॅन 100 डिग्री सेल्सिअस असते, तर ज्यावेळेस ते वॉटर ऍब्झॉर्ब करून वरती आणलं जाते पूल करून किंवा ड्रिलिंग करून त्याच्या वरती पाईप थ्रू आणलं जाते, तर त्याची जी वाफ तयार होते तर त्या वाफेच्या थ्रू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट केली जाते, तर त्याला वेट स्टीम फील्ड म्हणतात. इन केस ऑफ द ड्राय स्टीम व्हॉट हॅपन्स, We are just absorbing the steam coming from that filter, and here we are collecting water as well as steam, but steam is utilized for the uh, rotating turbine. So the steam from these liquefiers can be used to spin turbines and to produce electricity. So whatever the steam coming from this fields, that can be used for the rotating turbine and producing electricity. So this kind of geothermal fields is most used for the commercial purpose. This kind of geothermal fields are not used for the industrial purpose, because the electricity required for the industrial purposes are much more than the commercial purposes. Okay, Kiran Rokde given answer as dry steam is hotter than wet steam. Oh, very good. Uh, Actually, there are some disadvantages in case of the wet steam fields, and that are noted here. On the screen, you can see erosion. Excessive presence of water in steam lines promotes erosion. That means that there are some metallic parts are utilized for generating the electricity. That means for the metal pipes, etc., are utilized for the carrying that steam. So what happens? Excessive presence of water in steam lines. That means while transferring that steam, some amount of the water is available in that steam. So because of that water availability, erosion problems are occurred, or occurring of erosion. This may be one disadvantage in case of the wet steam fields or liquid dominated resources. And the next one is the deposit, deposits of water treatment chemicals. So because of the water, some chemical reaction is happening on the heat exchanger, etc. So because of that, heat transfer capacity is decreased. And third one is the contamination. Due to contamination, traces of treated water in the steam can be contaminated the product. Then last one is the destruction of turbines. Water droplets literally destroyed the vanes of a turbine. So whatever the problems came here, like deposit, deposits of water treatment chemicals, erosion, contamination, destruction of turbines. These all problems are created only because of the water availability in the steam. So to avoid such problems, dry steam is beneficial for the generating electricity. Or before transferring the steam, some filtration process should be applied so that these problems can be avoided. So here in image, you can see what exactly it works. So here you can see the water is available underground, and two pipelines are inserted or drilled inside the ground. So whatever the hot water available, that is injected from this place, and that water is collected in this tank or flash tank. You can call it as flash tank. Inside this, what happens? Whatever the steam available from this water, that is transferred here, and the cooled water or some water droplets are living. So that water droplets or cooled water is again transferred to the here to get heated water. That means during these procedures, the temperature of that steam is getting low. So when that temperature of that water is getting low, some water droplets are created here. So that water should be transferred here, or cooled water is injected in the well again. That is heated well that we are collecting from the underground. So just once again I will tell you, जे अंडरग्राउंड मध्ये म्हणजे खडकाळ म्हणजे खडक मध्ये जे काही गरम पाणी अवेलेबल असते, ते गरम पाणी ज्यावेळेस वरती ऍक्सेस केले जाते, तर त्यावेळेस आपल्याला फक्त स्टीम टर्बाइन रोटेट करण्यासाठी काय नेसेसरी, वाफ नेसेसरी, जे काय हाय प्रेशर स्टीम आहे ते स्टीम नेसेसरी. त्यामुळे ते फक्त स्टीम गॅदर करण्यासाठी इथे एक फ्लॅश टँक कनेक्ट केलेला आहे, आणि त्या फ्लॅश टँक मध्ये हे जे काही हीटेड वॉटर आहे, the temperature of that water is more than 100 degrees Celsius. So that water is kept here. So whatever the steam coming from that water is forced to spin the turbine or to move the turbine. So remaining water or cooled water is again transferred to the well, so that the temperature of that water will increase, and that should be moved again to the repeating procedure. Okay, I hope you all understood this point, how it actually works. You all are understood? सर्वांना समजलंय का हा पॉइंट? So the next type or the last type from the hydrothermal geothermal resource. So in that, hot water resources. So hot water resources are nothing but what the hot springs, गरम पाण्याचे झळे, गरम पाण्याचं कुंड वगैरे आपण जे व्हिजिटिंग प्लेसेसला जातो, किंवा असं काही बोललं जातं की देवाच्या कुठल्या तरी ठिकाणी गरम पाण्याचं म्हणजे गरम पाण्याचा झरा आहे किंवा काहीतरी आहे, त्याला आपण डिवोशनल प्लेस असं म्हणलं जातं. तर सायंटिफिक रिझन बिहाइंड दॅट प्लेस इज geothermal energy. Okay, so at some places the hot water springs or hot springs or hydrothermal springs are produced by the geothermally heated groundwater onto the surface of the earth. In case काय होतं, जर हार्ड रॉक अवेलेबल नसेल त्या वॉटर रिसोर्सच्या वरती, तर काय होतं, ते जे गरम पाणी आहे ते वरती अर्थ सरफेस वरती अवेलेबल होतं, म्हणजे गरम पाण्याचा झरा तयार होतो. जर हार्ड रॉक त्या गरम पाण्याच्या रिझर्वायर वरती अवेलेबल नसेल तर अशा केसेस मध्ये काय होतं, ते हॉट स्प्रिंग्स किंवा जे काही गरम पाण्याचं जे तळ आहे, तर तळ्याला काय म्हणतात, हॉट वॉटर रिसोर्स असं बोललं जातं. आणि द टेम्परेचर ऑफ दॅट वॉटर इज below 100 degrees Celsius. That means up to 40 degrees Celsius, up to depending on the location. That means we can't define the temperature of that water, but the temperature of that water is not much higher, that means 650 degrees Celsius, etc. It is not that much. So the temperature available of that hot water resource is lower. So what happens actually, the groundwater heated, that means the inside the rock there is a, at some places water is available or at some places water is not available. So at so where water is available, that water is getting heated because of the heat that is received from the magma or molten rock. You can call it as a molten rock for the magma. So the that heat is absorbed by that water reservoir, and because of the pressure and the if suppose hard rock is not available on that water reservoir, so that that water comes out of the ground and hot springs are created. म्हणजे असे काही प्लेसेस असतात जिथं हार्ड रॉक म्हणजे कठीण खडक अवेलेबल नसतो, तर ते काय होतं, प्रेशराइज्ड वॉटर जे काय आहे ते हिटेड वॉटर अंडरग्राउंड मधलं, ते अंडरग्राउंड मधले हिटेड वॉटर काय होतं, अर्थ सरफेस वरती अवेलेबल होतं आणि ते काय म्हणून गरम पाण्याचा झरा वगैरे असं म्हणून ओळखलं जातं. सो दिस इज अबाउट द हॉट वॉटर रिसोर्सेस. So here you can see the example of the hot water resources or hot water pond. On your screen, you can see here. So this is the hot water pond or hot water springs. Okay, the next type is the geopressured resources. So geopressured resources means what? So while drilling for oil and gas, so we all know we are drilling or mining process is done for the oil and gases purposes. So hot salt water reservoirs and are obtained at such places in some cases, not for the all cases. So at moderately high temperatures, that means the temperature of that reservoirs is up to 90 to 200 degrees Celsius, and under great pressure are found at a depth of 3 to 6 kilometers from the earth surface. That means whenever the mining process or drilling process for the oil and gas is tried, so at in such cases what happens, sometimes hot water reservoirs are found. So the temperature of that hot water is how much, 90 to 200 degrees Celsius, and that are found up to depth of 3 to 6 kilometer from the earth surface. म्हणजे जे जमिनीवरचा भाग आहे त्याच्या आतमध्ये 3 ते 6 किलोमीटरचं ड्रिलिंग केल्यानंतर जे हॉट वॉटर सोर्सेस अवेलेबल होतात, तर त्याला आपण हायड्रोथर्मल का म्हणू शकत नाही. हायड्रोथर्मल रिसोर्सेस मध्ये काय होतं, प्रेशर जास्त नव्हतं. जे काही पाण्याचं प्रेशर असते ते प्रेशर जास्त नव्हतं. बट इन केस ऑफ जिओ प्रेशर्ड रिसोर्सेस, what happens, the pressure of that water is much higher as compared to the hydrothermal resources. So this is the difference. And geopressured resources, what happens in case of the geopressured resources, some amount of the methane gas is present inside that pond or inside that reservoir. So this is the difference between the hydrothermal resources and geopressured resources. So who will tell me the difference between the hydrothermal resource and geopressured resource? Just only one difference I want to listen from you. Who will tell me that difference? Who will tell you? Tell that difference. Shantanu, Shivaji, Shubham, Saurabh. Ha, Saurabh, you can tell. Saurabh Mule. Okay, so the main difference is in case of the hydrothermal resources, the pressure of that water is not that much. But in case of the geopressured resources, the pressure of water is much higher, and the temperature of that water is up to 90 to 200 degrees Celsius. And the geopressured resources contain some amount of the methane gas. So in case of the hydrothermal reservoirs, methane gas is not present in the hydrothermal resources. Okay, but in case of the geopressured resources, methane gas is present inside that resources, and the pressure of that water is higher, and that is measured in the bar, bar, the pressure of that water. That's why these reservoirs are called as the geopressured resources, because the pressure of that water is much higher, and it is available in the underground. Okay. So whenever that water is came out of the underground, that means whenever that water is, just wait for a minute, I will resume the lecture again.
अगं काय झालेलं याला काय झाले हँग पडायला
Hello,
किती हँग पडते ना तुम्ही
Snehal, mute yourself. Okay, so what happens whenever that water available inside that ground or inside that rock is obtained at the surface or earth surface, so the methane gas available inside that water is get released into the environment. So this is about the geopressured resources. So on the screen here, you can see a significant feature of geopressured water is that it also contains the methane gas. That means the inside that water, methane gas is available. in case of the geopressured water. And when the water is brought to the surface, that means when the water is collected at the surface, earth surface, its pressure reduced, the pressure of that water is getting reduced, and the methane gas is released from the solution. So the next कॉम्प्युटर लॅब मध्ये सर इकडे आहे की Okay, so the next type is the hot dry rock resources. So in case of the hot dry rock resources, what happens, there are some regions under regions underground regions, so where water is not available, only rock is available. And at such places, what happens, the temperature of that rock is up to 200 degrees Celsius with little or no water. If water is available, the amount of that water is negligible, or the in case at some places water is also not available. So the rocks are impermeable, or there is no water in its surface vicinity, or near about that region also water is not available. So such resources up to depth of 5 kilometers are estimated. So to be significant or worthy of development as a source of energy. If you want to drill it for the getting energy, so that resources can be found up to 5 kilometer, and the temperature of that dry rocks is up to 200 degrees Celsius. So hot dry rocks are much more common than hydrothermal reservoirs and more accessible, so their potential is quite high as compared to the hydrothermal reservoirs. The hot dry resources are much common and their potential is high. So that means the temperature of that hot dry rocks is quite high as compared to the hydrothermal resources. And hot dry rocks resources are available up to 5 kilometers from the earth's surface, and the temperature of that hot dry rock is 200 degrees Celsius. Hot dry rock name itself shows that the temperature of that dry rock, only khadkache temperature, not water. So in case of the hot dry rock, the temperature of the dry rock only considered. So how can we utilize that heat energy available at that resource? So the man-made reservoir can be made at such places, so that heat energy from that rock can be absorbed for the heating water. So it is man-made reservoir. So man-made reservoir can be formed at such places. So the heat energy can be utilized from that hot rock. Such a system is known as enhanced geothermal system, as it is made by the human. It is not naturally available. So in the image you can see such type of the structure can be made to get the energy from the hot rock. So the water is injected inside the underground and reservoir is made, or that water pipe can be inserted only. So the heat available from the hot rock can be absorbed by the water, and that heated water can be uh, collected at the upper side. And the last one is the magma resources. So at some places, molten or partially molten rock. So where volcanoes are present, where volcano is formed at such places or near to that places, magma can be obtained. Magma resources can be obtained. And the temperature of such magma is up to 650 degrees Celsius. That is much degree centigrade. So this magma resources can be obtained up to the depth of 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer. Such magma resources can be obtained from the 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer. So these resources are located especially in the vicinity of recent volcanic activity. So where these resources can be found? So these resources can be found at places where recently volcanoes are formed. So the uh, magma available at such places can be easily accessible. But till now, the drilling technology for obtaining magma is not established yet, because the temperature of that magma is much higher, 650 degrees Celsius to 1200 degrees centigrade. So because of this highest temperature, drilling procedure for obtaining magma is not possible yet. So the because of high value of the temperature and large quantity of the potential energy sources, this magma cannot be obtained to the earth surface. So image is shown here. So how that magma resources can be found, or that magma is present up to 5 to 10 kilometer of the distance, and that can be obtained by drilling procedure. But till date it is not found because of the drilling procedure, because the temperature of that magma is much higher. So I will just take a screenshot of your attendance, and after that we will take 5 minutes of break, and after that we will conduct one lecture more. Okay. So if anyone having query regarding this can ask me. Otherwise, we will stop here and we'll conduct with new link again. We will conduct one more lecture with new link. Okay. Is anyone having query regarding this? Shall we stop here? You have to just unmute for the telling yes or no. Then also you are not doing that. So what is the problem? Shall we stop here? I will share one more link for the next lecture again within 5 minutes. So here we will take 5 minutes of break, and after that we will start new lecture. Okay. Why no one is responding? I don't know.